sister session with my girl here, but I need to hit record first, so hold on. Hold, please. Me and technology today are having a real challenge, so this could be a real shit show. So first things first, this is my friend, Jen Leeder. Hey, girl.
Hi.
We're going to do a cheers with our champs. We have champagne,
Yes, we do.
and we're celebrating Jen. Mm-hmm. Usually save the champs for Friday, but it's Thursday. So we're recording this on a Thursday night because Shark Baby is sleeping. And Jen just had the cojones to do her very first fitness competition. She did the transformation category, so same one I did with the SAF organization, serious about fitness. And yeah, we had like some great conversations obviously beforehand because she was in the Badass Breakthrough program that I ran in, when did it run? It ran for 6 weeks from,
Was it August?
It was August?
Oh my God. Wow, look at us.
Was it August? I don't know. We don't even remember. It was not that long ago.
This year.
This year. Oh my God. It was after the Van Jam experience. So
Yeah.
she was in the Van Jam with Kim too, which was super awesome. And then she had made this decision. When did you make your decision to do your competition? Do you remember?
Actually, was it in July? I had just ran my first 7K trail run, and I had crossed the finish line, and I remember just being emotional, and I just thought, it was empowering, and I'm like, I can do this. I can totally do this.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's when I signed up. So I'm pretty sure that was in July I did that. And I hadn't trained for it. It was kind of like my girlfriend and I had talked about it and literally signed up the week before thinking that, oh yeah, we're fine. And
we're going to do this.
We're going to do this. And wow, it was more than what I was expecting. We're literally running through a bush. Like there was trails, there was rocks.
Oh, for the trail, not for like the competition. We're talking about the trail.
This trail
Okay.
run. That's when it all started. And once I finished that, knowing that I could complete something like that, I was like, I need to like,
I could do a fitness competition. No big deal.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Okay, so
that's how it started.
we had a couple of laughs before we got onto our little video and our podcast episode. But we were talking about all the things that people don't tell you. Like even, you know, we love Erin, and Erin's our trainer, and she gives us as much info as possible. But there's things like she's been through it so many times that she forgot about. So I'll share with you guys some of the fun things that happened to me, which I'm going to give you this advice so that if you ever do a competition, this is for newbies, like people who've done this before, don't just ignore us. But like for the newbies who are like, I totally want to do one, but I don't really know much about it or whatever. I decided I was going to wear a bikini because I just felt like I wanted to challenge myself to do that because it wasn't something like I was super comfortable doing. So that screw it, I'm going to do it. Well, I had everything planned, man. I felt like pretty organized, and on top of it, I had my shoes all bedazzled. Yeah. I had my bathing suit all bedazzled. Like the bathing suit bottoms that showed up with the top that I had ordered were for some like child. Like it wouldn't even fit half of my butt cheek. I was like, who is this going to fit?
Right.
And I even messaged the girl and was like, yo, these don't even cover my crack. Never mind like the whole enchilada. And she was like, send them back. I'll fix them. They came back the same. I was like, I'm not sure if you have a measurement issue going on over there or you don't know how big my booty is. I was like, my booty's not going to fit in these. So needless to say, I grabbed another pair of bottoms and bedazzled the hell out of them. So that was how that worked out. Buying a bathing suit online, like competition swimwear, is very expensive.
Oh,
so
yes.
expensive.
I never went down that road, but
like, right? So for those of you who decide to do it, obviously like those competition bikinis are expensive for a reason because they're made to fit, but this one was not. And I think you just need to be aware of where you're getting them from, and you need to know how to bedazzle. You literally buy this glue, and I used a toothpick, and I put every sparkle on by hand. I ordered the sparkles on Amazon, so if anyone wants that link, you let me know. So that was a big one. Like, just bedazzle your own shit. Yeah. Don't go crazy. Like, your first one. You don't know what you're doing. Just do your own thing. It can be whatever you want anyways. And then the other one was this. With the spray tan, people shave your bikini and your whole thingy before you get your tan. You cannot shave after because you will shave off your bloody tan. So then I'm
Oh.
like, oh my God, is everyone going to see beaver hair on the stage? Like, this is what was going through my head. And the girl was like, didn't you do that? I was like, well,
No one told me.
Kind of thought I could do it after. Then I was like, obviously you can't because you look like an Oompa Loompa. You get so sprayed, you legit look like an Oompa Loompa. So if there's any really young people watching this who have not watched Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, then you will not know what an Oompa Loompa is, but you can Google that shit. And I literally felt like an Oompa Loompa. But yes, make sure you shave the good parts before you get your spray tan. And the other thing is this, people, ladies specifically, when you do pee-pee, you must be very conscious not to pee-pee on your spray tan or you'll leave white streaks.
Yeah, or apparently you can't sit on the toilet.
You can't sit on the toilet.
People were using funnels. Red Solo cups cutting the bottom of them.
Like a weird,
I was like, oh, this is crazy.
This is weird.
Yeah.
But there's so much weird stuff that happens in these things, which we just want to let you know it's like, it's weird and it's hilarious.
You can't wear deodorant. Aaron was saying.
Oh, so I actually have this stuff from Sage. So I do a little, it's like a salt stick.
Oh. Okay.
I did it anyways. I was like, yo, I'm not going to be stinky like that. That's gross.
Yeah, no, backstage, I mean, it was a hot mess, let me tell you.
It was a hot, stinky mess.
Yes. And I was just smell. So, like, I was like,
you're like, someone please get the deodorant out.
Something's got to happen. Oh my God. I mean, they look beautiful.
Everyone looks beautiful, but they don't smell beautiful.
No. That part is not.
Lola, come here. The dog wants to be part of the action today. Come here. Come.
Like, I want to.
It's that she's high maintenance today. Man, she can't figure out what's happening.
Oh,
come. So, what else can we fill you in on? What other goodies do people need to know about?
Because you had hair and makeup, right?
No, I did my own.
Oh, you did your own. Okay, because hair and makeup. My girlfriend did mine, Anne-Marie. She did mine, so I don't have to do that either.
Yeah. I mean, I did my own because I was like, well, first of all, I'm capable of doing it. I mean, I was like, I'm not doing this like top model thing. It's legit, like it's a transformation. Yeah. And for me, I was like, this is good.
Yeah. I felt comfortable.
Felt good.
Yeah.
That was the goal, is like do the things that are going to make you feel so good.
Yes.
And if hair and makeup was going to help like kick it over the edge, then you do
Gives
it.
you that little extra.
That was what the spray tan was for me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the other thing with the damn spray tan, you need a shower cap, people. You have to come prepared with a shower cap or your hair will be sprayed orange.
Oh.
Like, so I didn't have a shower cap.
Yeah.
But there was a garbage bag in the ice bucket and I used that. That's creative.
That is
creative. Ooh, there was so many things. I think I wrote them down somewhere, but it was just hilarious.
Because if you don't know, like.
If you don't know, you don't know.
No. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah. And you made the best of it. So.
Well, you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
If you're smart, you just roll with it and just like whatever happens, you're cool and you let it be what it is.
Yeah.
So let's talk about just the process in general, because there's so much, it's such a heightened experience. There's so much like preparation you do just to get there.
Yeah. And
then the day, it's not like you go on stage, you're done, that's it.
Yeah.
It's like a full day from like, when did you wake up?
Actually, we were a little bit relaxed in the morning, which was kind of nice because we knew when we registered the night before, we weren't going to be on stage till around 2-ish. The doors opened at 11 and we were literally across the road.
Yeah.
But I still didn't really know what I was wearing. So literally on our way, we were shopping, stopped in Huntsville. I just bought stuff. I can return this, right? And I just kept buying stuff.
Oh my God.
Then we got up in the morning at, I think around 9, headed to a mall.
What?
And I hit Lulu.
You didn't.
I did. So the night before, the night before, I'm in Erin's room. I'm trying stuff on for her bills, and I was like, okay, what should I wear? Blah blah blah. And then I was like, oh, I still don't know. So yeah, literally hit the mall in the morning. Ran back to our room, and then I let Anne-Marie do her like hair and makeup. No, you go first. You go first. And then she did mine. So we didn't actually go over till probably around, I think it was around noon. Just after.
Okay.
It's the whole waiting.
It's the waiting. It's a killer. But like, did you guys bring treats and stuff to eat after the fact?
I had rice cakes for after.
See?
But I did bring a little flask with some vodka in it, raspberry vodka.
Mm-hmm.
I had a little bit of that before I went out. And because I thought, I'm going to bring it. And if I don't need it, I don't need it. But if I didn't bring it, I would be like, oh my gosh, I just needed something.
It.
And because I hadn't drank at all,
yes.
I knew I wasn't going to need much of
Here's
anything.
the other thing, like people, so when you're really dedicated,
Yeah.
no matter what category you're in, you cut out all booze, you cut out all the bad stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You cut out all those white starchy carbs.
Yeah, everything.
You literally cut out like all the stuff that everyone loves.
All the good stuff.
all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Toxic stuff. We cut it all out.
Yeah.
So you're so clean. Your system is so clean.
Oh, yeah. I knew that I wasn't going to need much of that sip.
You don't even know that the amount of sugar I packed after, it was out of control. Like it was really gross, actually. We had champs and chocolate covered strawberries and like
so good though.
So much stuff. Oh my God, it was so bad.
Yeah, I was eating mini ketchup rice cakes. That's what I had.
Gross.
And water.
Ew.
That was it. And then we went out for dinner after, and like a celebration dinner. And then Erin was like, no judges. And, we're all ordering. And I was like, I'm going to have a salad with protein. Now, I did have a glass of wine because at that point I wasn't sure exactly how I was feeling. I was like doing this.
Okay, we got to talk about this because I feel like this is a good piece to talk about for people because so all of this excitement builds up and builds up and builds up. And you have this big anticipation of like just hitting that stage.
Oh, yeah. That was my focus and nothing else.
Nothing else.
None of the speaking.
Well, because you didn't know.
No.
Well, you kind of knew, but you didn't know.
I had no clue what was going to be asked to me, but it was a complete blur. I couldn't tell you the song that came on when I went out. The guy just said, wait for the music. And I'm like, wait for this. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm going to shit my pants. And I can't tell you the song that was on. I went over everything in my head, and that's what I did when I was on stage. And then when he started talking to me, it's like, okay, like it was literally over in like 2 minutes. And then you walk off stage, and then that was it. And I was just like,
and so, because this is the piece no one talks about, like the disappointment, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but like the feeling that you experienced after. So when you don't place, and I mean like, so what they do because they don't want, I think for the first year they did like 1, 2, 3s or whatever.
Right.
First, second, and third, I should say, sorry. But then after that, they did this like everyone's winner kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I'm just, you make everyone's a winner. Just make everyone a winner.
Everyone. You can't
just have how do you have top 3 and then the rest suck?
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. It's a competition, and there needs to be a winner. But the way that worked, I was like a little.
I think because of the category we were in, it was the transformation. So, I mean, we literally have transformed. And,
but everyone did.
Oh, everyone did. And I mean, Tammy, who we met there, she had lost 30 pounds. Like it's just a beginning journey for her, but she still lost 30 pounds.
30 pounds. 30 pounds is how much my kid weighs.
Right. So it was like,
people are like, oh, well, she lost 80. So 30 is nothing. Like 30 is a big deal to people.
It is. Like 10 is like a big deal. So it's not that, none of us didn't deserve to place. Yeah. Like we were all winners.
Yeah.
We were. But yeah, it's still, disheartening when
so it's like, tell me how you've been navigating that phase because like it is kind of hard and it is sort of shitty. No one talks about that.
No. And when I went, it wasn't a place. That totally
you didn't even think about it. We talked about this. Like, I was like, girl, you remember you just wanted to hit that stage. And we're like, yeah, actually, that's all I wanted to do.
I wanted to go out there and kill it. And I felt like I did. I totally owned my shit.
The video was awesome.
And I didn't think anything afterwards. So it was kind of like when I did.
You were like, winner, I'm a winner now. I just did what I wanted.
I did exactly what I went for.
Yeah.
And it was about proving to myself that I could do it. Setting my mind to something because before I did your program, it was like, I was always like, hidden kind of like,
so you would like commit to it but not commit to it.
Exactly. So like who everyone sees me as today is who I've always been. I just had her buried really deep. but now she's here.
Oh, we uncovered her.
Yeah.
Just saying.
She's here.
She's here. Watch out.
Yeah. So, yeah, I had gone to do what I set out to do. And then
I crushed it.
I did. I was so proud of myself. And it was
Mhm.
just like, yes, you did it, Jen. Like this just, you proved to yourself you could do this. And then it was like, okay.
And you walk off stage and you have to wait.
And then you have to
for
wait.
forever.
And wait and wait. Like, so we were off stage probably around like 2:45, 3 o'clock, 6:30, 3.5 hours later, we're called back upstairs. And that's when the awards were given out.
Oh my.
And then, so it was like that whole waiting process. And then, I'm happy for everybody, but then it was still, then you're starting to process everything.
Just
Yeah.
clap.
Right? Yeah. And then, so I was fine up to that point because
Yeah.
like my girlfriend had
And you're
won.
excited
I was so
and-
excited for her and
yeah.
happy because like she is the absolute sweetest person in the world.
And like, this is the thing. It's not about taking anything away from anyone else.
No.
This is about like how it feels for you as a human to not get what you wanted, but you didn't really say you
realize
wanted.
it, or yeah,
Right.
right. So as soon as our girl Erin came over to me and hugged me, that was it. I lost my shit, and I
Yeah.
was just like, oh my gosh, okay, what's happening to me right now? And the first things I started thinking was like, oh my gosh, you're gonna spiral. You're going to fall into that rabbit hole face first. You're gonna eat shit. So I'm so glad that I didn't bring stuff.
Yes.
Because if I had
yes.
access to it,
Oh yeah.
I probably
100%.
would have. And then we had gone back and got changed and stuff like that. And then, so when we went for dinner, I was looking over that frickin' menu.
And dinner was at like, what, 9 o'clock at night, for God's sake?
It was probably like 8:30ish.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So it was getting late, and like then you're like, okay,
tired.
you're hungry, and things are setting in, and then I looked over that menu. I'm not gonna lie. Like, do I go for the poutine? Do I
I would have
order
been
the
like, yes.
the lava cake? Like,
Yes.
right? And so that was like, no, I'm just gonna have a salad and have a glass of wine.
See, that right there just shows your commitment to yourself.
Yes.
And not that indulging yourself a little bit is a bad thing.
No.
It's just when your emotions are running you so hard at that moment,
Yeah.
if you let them make that decision for you instead
For
of
me.
making it from a place of your heart, this crazy Yorkie she wants up with you now.
Oh,
It's
you wanna
your
come
turn.
here?
Yes,
Oh,
the 6-pound
oh,
high maintenance
okay.
dog. So
Come here.
the crazy doggy.
Oh my God.
She's
Cute.
nuts.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to hurt you.
Lola is part of our
She
video
is.
here. We're gonna have to turn off the fireplace soon too. I'm sweating.
Oh, hi. Thank you.
Okay, so what would you want to share? That people need to know, or what do you just feel like people could learn from you and your experience?
I think people need to know or prepare themselves for the aftermath of it.
Yeah.
Like still having goals set for yourself, or if your goal is to place and you don't, then how you're going to respond with it.
Yeah.
Because I could have responded totally in a different way, like I normally would have done, and turned to food and like fed the emotion, but it wasn't going to change anything. It was what it was. So I think for me, it was like not being prepared for the after. Like I was just so focused on reaching my goal and getting there. And once it was over, it was like, I almost felt lost. Like, okay.
Oh my God, I
can
can totally relate to
Where
that.
am I to go next?
I'm turning off
Like,
the fire. I'm sweating.
no one told me anything about that. Right.
No.
So I think that was really it, was just, I was not prepared for the after.
Yeah, the
At all.
aftermath of
Yeah. And it's like, okay, so where do I want to go now from here? Do I want to continue on my weight loss journey? And I always want to help people and motivate them. And, it's easier to relate to people when they've experienced it themselves, right?
100%.
So, yeah, like it was just like, okay, so I'm still kind of,
She's nuts.
what are you doing? Nothing? Okay. All right. Yeah, so it's kind of, that's where I'm at, like this week. So I've been still focused with my food. I still went and did my workouts this week. Like that hasn't changed for me. but still figuring out like what's next for me. What is next?
And when she talks about like, you know, having the goal, the next goal or the next something that you're going to move into kind of right after, like for me, I literally like as soon as I started eating sugars, I was like sideways for a good solid 3 months. Like
that's what I would
it's literally just taken me the last month to try to get my shit together.
Yeah.
But I realized the other thing I did was like, because I was so focused on that one thing.
Right.
Like I have a one-track mind.
Yeah.
So it's like I can't focus on a whole lot of things at the same time. Right. And for me, it was just like, I knew I needed to do that first to open up and access that part of me that needed to be uncovered.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like what the program did for you.
Yes.
But my weight loss journey was that for me.
Right.
Because I felt like once I had uncovered like my essence and got rid of all of the garbage that was sitting on top of it in weight, like physical weight.
Weighed you down.
Yeah, and dealt with all of like the emotions and stuff that came up with that. Like I could then be there for other people on their journey.
Right.
In a way that I couldn't have been beforehand.
Yeah.
So once that happened, I moved full force into my business. And when I moved full force into like my business, it took up all of my time.
Right.
I let it take up all of my time.
Right.
And I didn't protect the time around like my food preps anymore.
Yeah.
Or my workouts. I wasn't like making that a priority.
Yeah, it wasn't your focus.
It wasn't my focus.
Yeah. And your focus changes so fast,
But the thing is, you know, what I realized, like, especially within the last couple of weeks, and you can relate to this, it's that when that focus shifts and you're not spending the time thinking about your own wellness, you forget to take care of yourself.
Yep, totally.
And that's when it starts to catch up to you again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, actually it was like Gary Vee had said, Gary Vaynerchuk, you don't listen to.
No. Okay, but I want to start listening to doing stuff like that. Okay. Yeah.
So he said, you know, it was a great quote. It said, in order to be selfless, you must become selfish. It's like relatively profound. Go Gary Vee. But I was like, oh my God, it's so simple, but it's so true. Like,
wow.
For you to give to others, you have to be somewhat selfish with some things.
Right.
It doesn't mean like you become a selfish asshole. It just means that you start to protect the things that are really important to you.
Right. It's like picking your battles, right?
I was going to say picking your nose. Like, yes, it's like picking your nose. You have to protect that. Yeah, like not making things like a big deal.
Yeah.
Picking your battles. Like not making it a big deal when it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But this is like so talking about really setting boundaries, you know, setting the parameters on what needs to happen for you to function at your highest level.
Right.
The only way to know that is to get disciplined. Like in order to do a competition, you need to discover discipline.
Oh, yeah. And if you don't have it, I honestly don't know if you would be able to get on that stage.
Well, everyone has it. It's just a matter of like it being important enough
to be able to do it.
People will say, I don't have time for this, I don't have money for this.
Yeah.
But they will find the time and the money for the things that matter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
So it's like being really aware of what is important to you because you will work to do the things that are important to you.
Oh, yeah.
It's not important to you. You're not going to do it.
No.
So don't even sign up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So, yeah. Moving on from competition land, what else do the beautiful, radiantly transformed listeners need to know from Jen? Like, what do they need to know just in general about my Yorkie? Maybe we could do a therapy session on the dog. She is 6 pounds of crazy.
Did you see that sigh?
Oh.
Mama, what are you talking about me?
She's so high maintenance.
She's like, I'm waiting for you to do a session with me.
We've wasted a good 5 minutes chatting about Lola. Good Lord.
She's like, it's about time.
Okay, before people close this podcast down and say, this is a bullshit podcast because she just talks about the dog. You know, what's the thing? What was your biggest growth in the program? Like when we worked together, what would you say the biggest growth was for you?
My biggest growth was self-love.
Yeah.
For sure. Self-love, hands down. Yeah. Which in turn is like knowing that I was worthy of being able to like set a goal and stick to the goal, and because without it, I would never have done it at all.
Dog, you are totally here.
She's like, but I'm cute.
Come here, get in your bed, lay down.
She's like, thank you.
Thank you, Mom. Something is wrong with her. It's that time of night, it's the bewitching hour. She's like a child. Good God. Yeah, like the self-love piece is huge.
Yeah.
And we don't, people talk about self-love and self-care and all of that.
Yeah.
But what it truly is, it's learning not to feel guilty about taking time back for yourself.
Oh yeah. And that was such a big thing for me. Like, I mean, journaling was all new. But it's like a new love that when I don't get to do it, it's like, oh my gosh.
You notice the difference.
Oh yeah, large. But yeah, like not feeling guilty about it because I have so much going on and so many people that need me. And it was just like having to put the binders on and be like, whoa, like, okay, if I don't take care of myself first, then who's going to take care of Jen? That's what it was like for me. And before I was like literally burning the candle at both ends, running with my like head chopped off. And like, I was drained, completely drained. I mean, I was still, trying to watch what I was eating and I was still trying to get my workouts in, but it was totally different when I took time back for myself. Started doing like baths.
So much stuff. You did so much stuff. You moved through so much stuff.
Yeah, it was crazy. But it was almost like I was so ready for it. When I did your van gym, like that was totally a last minute thing. I remember texting you in the morning because we were supposed to be away. And I was like, okay, girl, like, is there any availability? Because I'm free. And you're like, yep, absolutely.
Yes,
like, get here. And I remember sitting in the van and I was bawling. I was a hot mess because it was like, I knew I needed something, but I didn't know what it was or how to even like start the process of whatever it was I was needing. But I remember just bawling and
I love it.
It was just like,
it's the release though.
Oh yeah. And then it's like, okay, so when you released like your program, I was like, okay, I need more. I don't know what I need more of, but I need more.
I ask you guys, I'm like, okay, so, because I'm having trouble languaging what it is that I really do for people.
Yeah.
So I say to these guys, okay, well, if you put it into words, what would it sound like? What were the words you would use? Like, I don't know, like but I've deciphered it this. It's that the women who come to me are kind of between the ages of like 38 to 42, in and around there.
Yeah.
It's just they've had this awakening moment where they've been being called by their intuition for their whole life, but they've ignored it, or they just didn't know how to listen to it.
Yeah.
They somehow got separated from that part of them that was so vibrant and like their old self.
Yeah.
It got lost in babyland and, kidland and life mom land, all of it, right?
Yeah.
And part of them just got lost. So it was about pulling back their energy and their power.
Yeah.
So take it back.
Yeah. Totally.
Because with the energy, then you are able to create and do the things you want to do.
Yeah. Oh,
but it's interesting because now that you guys have moved through the energy phase and taken your power back, like you're kind of a little bit invincible.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's about legacy. It's like every day you're writing your story. So are you doing things that make you feel good? Are you proud of what you're doing?
Right.
Where it wasn't about that before.
No.
And now it's like, it's bigger.
Yeah. So much bigger.
It's bigger.
Yeah.
And you guys you've taken on way more things than you had on your plate before.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But
you have more
time. Differently.
Energy.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's stuff you want to do, so you're excited about it.
Yeah. Yeah. And the excitement is what is like the rewarding part of it, right? Like it's like that pick me up kind of.
It's your gift. Like, that's the gift you received when you were like, you said yes to yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then it was like, it was like, you can be excited again.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. Like it can literally happen overnight.
Yeah. It's like a switch, honestly.
It's the switch goes on. I said, I just help people flip the switch, turn themselves on.
Exactly. It is.
Without getting kinky. Or maybe we say it is kinky, and then people will sign up and they'll be like, I'm a little confused.
What did I sign up for?
What did I sign up for? Okay. So lastly, is there just anything you kind of want to share with our listeners about, all the beautiful things you've experienced this year? And just like, I mean, we're almost into November.
Mm-hmm. I know the year is almost over. Where did the year go?
But this year was like crazy bananas, filled with so much growth and learning and personal development. Like you personal developed like a ninja. Like you've never experienced. It's like you drank from a fire hose and like all of a sudden it was
I took it all in. Yeah, I took it all in. Plus some.
It's like,
yeah. But I'm not like excited for 2020 to see what it's going to bring for me.
You still have 2 months left in this year.
I do, girl. But just to see like, the different opportunities that have even opened up like within, the last couple of months. Like it's just me stepping forward and just taking ownership of whatever I want to do, knowing that I can do it. If I want to do it, I can totally do it.
And whereas before, like a big F yes.
Yes. That's right. Yeah. So no. That's exciting itself for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And powerful. Like it's a big deal.
Very, very powerful.
So exciting to like hear someone in their excitement.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because then
life.
You feed off of that, right?
Yeah.
It makes you feel good and it makes you want to like, oh, okay, maybe I can do more too.
Maybe I could clean my shit up too.
Yeah.
This is why it's like the more women can be empowered by hearing things like this, listening to the podcast, watching the videos, like it just, if it helps flip the switch for you, it was all worth it.
Exactly.
This is my legacy.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the work.
If you can help like one person. Yeah. I mean, more is great, but one person.
More it will happen because of, the ripple effect.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a domino effect, right? Like
it's pretty awesome to watch.
Yeah, it is for sure.
So what would you, I know I keep asking her questions. She's like, I don't want to be on camera and I'm not sure about this whole podcast thing. Everyone says that. I'm like, I'll give you champagne. She's like, okay.
All right, I'm in.
That was easy.
Yeah.
And I was like, no excuses. I dropped that one too. She was like, okay, fine, for sure.
Fine.
I want to know what it is like, if you close your eyes and went like right into your heart right now, what would be in 2020, like what would be something that would be so exciting for you that you would totally want to do? Just like crazy big hairy goal. Like what would you want to do?
Helping other people.
Yes.
Yes.
Like coaching, like becoming a coach.
And I'm not much of a public speaker. And I know I told you that, like I don't speak.
And she doesn't do camera.
I'm obviously doing okay right now, but it's like the vodka helped too.
She just thinks it is, but it's not. Like look, I'm done.
Oh,
she's
I was like, I don't know how much time we have.
I'm trying to touch this thing, and I'm like, sucked it back. Like
I can go
water.
It's fine.
Anyways, what's the big thing? So I put her under pressure. Now she's like,
coaching other people, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely coaching other people.
Okay.
Yeah.
You all heard that first here. Mm-hmm.
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 Yeah, I did. I said it.
I'm so excited for you. Okay, well, let's just cheers to the last little sip I got here. To you, to everything you're going to create for yourself and that you have accomplished this year.
Mm-hmm.
And that winning, you've already won.
Right.
Because you've been able to transform so many people just doing this, just allowing them to hear you and your honesty about this process.
Yeah.
Like, that's worth its weight in gold.
Right.
The trophy collects dust.
Yeah.
Your legacy does not. It lives on.
True. I love that.
Just saying.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. She doesn't public speak, but she sounds really good. Okay, we're done. I'm going to turn this off. And then I'm going to turn this off. Bye.